20th step. Certainty of faith and indifference about the world. If the light of deep faith shines on you, you will see the hereafter before journeying to it, and you will see the trappings of this world vanishing before your eyes. In the name of God, the Lord of mercy, the giver of mercy. The journey to God in this life is much shorter than the journey to Him in the afterlife. One should not forget that death is a reality for all of us. All humans, believers and disbelievers, agree that death is the definite end of this life. The Prophet ﷺ warned us against striving only for this world. Again, this does not mean that we neglect our worldly affairs under the pretext that we are devoting our life to the hereafter. What the Prophet meant is that we should not forget the hereafter. The Prophet is reported to have said, "Whoever wakes up, and this world is his main concern, God will make him scattered and shattered, and he will feel a sense of panic and loss, and he will get nothing of this world except that which was already decreed for him. But whoever gets up and is mostly concerned about the hereafter, God will cause him to feel focused and content, and will give him a feeling of being independent, and worldly gains will definitely come to him." When you open your eyes in the morning, ask yourself, what is the first thing that comes to my mind? What is my goal? Is it the hereafter? Is it about God? If this is the case, God will grant you contentment and cause this worldly life to come to you despite your indifference to it. By contrast, if you open your eyes thinking of so-and-so or such and such of worldly affairs, even if it is lawful, the Prophet says about this person that God will make him feel scattered and shattered. This means that he will not be satisfied with whatever he gains and achieves. Rather, he will always feel that he is suffering poverty and need, and his greed will be endless. The question is, how can we reach the level of thinking of the hereafter? How can we always call it to our minds? The Sheikh links our remembrance of the hereafter with our certainty of faith. He says that the more our certainty of faith increases, the more we will care about the hereafter. He sums up this meaning in these words of wisdom: "If the light of deep faith shines on you, you will see the hereafter before journeying to it, and you will see the trappings of this world vanishing before your eyes." The Sheikh links certainty of faith to the remembrance of the hereafter. And how can we reach certainty of faith? The answer comes from the Book of God, Quran, Surah 15, Ayah 99, "And worship your sustainer till certainty of faith comes to you." The Prophet's companions experienced this feeling when they studied the Quran and worshipped God. It is reported that one of the companions said, "When we sit with the Prophet and discuss our matters of faith, it is as if we have seen heaven and fell with our eyes." Again, this does not mean that we isolate ourselves and renounce this worldly life. This is a wrong understanding that leads to an incorrect practice of the issue of remembering the hereafter. Indifference about this life does not mean renunciation of the world. It only means to be aware of the afterlife on a spiritual level. This is how balance is achieved. Quran, Surah 28, Ayah 76 to 77. "Exult not in your wealth, for verily God does not love those who exult in things vain. Seek instead by means of what God has granted you, the good of the life to come, without forgetting your own rightful share in this world, and do good as God has done good to you, and seek not to spread corruption on earth, for verily God does not love the spreaders of corruption." Then the Sheikh said, "And you will see the trappings of this world vanishing before your eyes." This world is in a continuous state of vanishing. Hassan al-Basri once said, "Son of Adam, you are nothing but a number of days. With each day that passes, a part of you is gone." The Sheikh says that if you have a deep belief in the hereafter, you will see this world vanishing before your eyes. This will make you indifferent about it and its pleasures, and will draw you nearer to the hereafter. We are much in need of this proper understanding, because we easily forget the hereafter and do not think about death. The Prophet ﷺ saw some companions praising a man because of his good deeds. The Prophet asked them if he used to remember death. They said, "We did not hear him mentioning death." Then the Prophet said, "Your friend is not there." This means that he will not reach the high degrees of paradise because he did not remember death, as remembering death makes one ready for the hereafter. Striving for this world only leads to loss in both lives, whereas remembering the hereafter makes us successful in both. Quran, Surah 4, Ayah 134. If one desires the rewards of this world, let him remember that with God are the rewards of both this world and the life to come, and God is indeed all-hearing, all-seeing. There is no harm in caring for the pleasures of this life, but life should remain in our hands, not in our hearts. This is the correct definition of zuhud, indifference about the world. That is, to hold this world and its pleasures in your hand, but not let them into your heart.